Hi friends, so here I am trying to analyze the price of silver, the reason for its rise, and to look out for trading opportunities. I have prepared a series of slides, and at any point, if you do not get enough time to read it, please make it a point to pause and read uh, whatever is written on the slide. So, yeah, so let's go move forward. What's happening in silver? So, if you analyze the dollar per ounce chart of silver, I'll take you to the chart in a while. Um, Look for this number, $48. $48 is a historic price of silver, which has been tested twice previously. So let me take you to the chart. This is the chart of silver. This line that you see here is $48. Okay, now let's go to this is the monthly chart of silver. It's dollar per ounce. Yes, if you look at this had been tested once in 1980, had been tested the second time in 2011, and now in 2025. So if you look at this formation, it's clearly a cup and handle uh, breakout formation. We don't confirm it's a breakout, but it's a cup and handle formation. And never in the history of the price of history of silver has a monthly candle closed above the $48 mark. That's what we are trying for right now, and it's like dangerously the September candle. I mean, the October candle is dangerously close to 48 now. It's sort of selling off. Let's see how it closes. Even a couple of points above 48 would mean the bulls have won, and this cup and handle has broken out. And in case this cup and handle has broken out, I've just taken a retracement tool to measure the trough of this cup, and the first target is half of that is that 70, and the second target is approximately 90, and then it could go higher. If the momentum sustains, it could even overshoot those targets. So this is just a brief technical analysis, but everything depends on this close of the price of an ounce of silver. It should close above $48 right now. It's dangerously close to this 48 mark. Now, again, going back to the fundamental reasons, uh, let's start from first principles and see what is the major use of silver. More than 50% of silver goes into industrial use, and where does it go? Um, this present rise of silver is a very fundamental rise because of the use in majorly the solar panels. Then there's the electronics and the electrical and electronic panels that use a lot of silver, because silver being a good conductor of electricity, and then gold being too costly for that use. And I've mentioned automotive electrification as a separate vertical here, even though it's a part of electronics and electrical. It's a separate vertical because EVs have been an industry in itself right now. Then there's healthcare application. Again, that's also driving the markets. The markets are These are the traditional industries that majority of the silver goes into. And here is a list of all the other industries that use. This is a broader list of industries, and this one you see in yellow here, AI and data centers, is something that's booming right now. It's not yet there, but it's on the way. There are huge investments, billions of dollars that companies are putting into building of data centers, and that will require large amounts of silver in each of these data centers. And as AI goes on developing, the more of these data centers will be needed to sustain the growth of AI. So that's something I'm very bullish on. Now, this is something interesting that I found, some data that starting 2021, we have the supply demand has been inverted. That means the supply has beaten demand, and supply is not able to keep up with the demand of silver starting from 2021. So that's 4 consecutive years of supply beating demand. So that's something to look into. So if you are just a trader with and you go back to the basics of trading, it's basically supply and demand. So that again is very skewed, very inverted in favor of a bull run. Now, next is geopolitical tailwinds. So everyone's as the Buddhists consider, they consider a Kala Chakra. That means everything is cyclic in nature. So there have been cyclic instances in history where the whole world goes right, and there are egoistic and nationalistic rulers, populist nationalistic rulers who come to rule country states. So that's one of the trends that we are seeing right now. There is I wouldn't take any names for political to not make it political. So, but that's a trend, and in these trends, everyone from a common man all the way up to the reserve banks of the world, they start hoarding safe assets because the fiat currency, which is not pegged against any kind of safe asset, tends to become very volatile and mm, and very uncertain. The future of these currencies become a lot uncertain. Trade becomes uncertain. That's when the only thing that is given value in history is gold and silver. So gold is already there. Now there has been news of um, major reserve banks starting to hoard silver. Russia has gone official about it, but I believe the other banks will also follow suit. Short-term outlook, I've already given you the technical levels. Any one monthly candle has to close above the $48 mark. Then the immediate rally will go to 55 to 60 range, and then it goes up to this 70 and then 90 and then perhaps above that. But if you look at the chart on a historic perspective, silver has been a very volatile asset. Uh, but there has been but I believe the base at this time is higher, not like in 1980s when the 1980 spike was artificial. It was artificially created by traders called the Hunt brothers who tried to hoard who tried to capture the silver market. We can make a separate video on it and exactly what happened at that point of time. It's a very interesting incident. But that was an artificial price hike that happened. What happened in 2011, honestly, I haven't done much of a research on that, but this time it seems to be fundamental to me at least. But we will wait for another few days for the candle to close and then we decide on it. And long-term vision, I've given you the conservative targets, and $100 is not out of the reach. And there's another another marker that we could look at, that is the gold to silver ratio. So what is gold to silver ratio? Since everything is traded in US dollars and the US dollar tends to become very volatile, there's another marker that is gold to that particular commodity ratio, like the gold to oil ratio or the gold to cotton ratio. And so that's more of a stable marker of the price of that asset, that commodity. So gold to silver ratio. So when the gold to silver ratio goes up, that means you get to buy. So that for right now it's like 80 to 90. That means you get to buy um, less silver for more gold. So this ideally has been in the it has gone down to something like 30:1 in the 90 and I mean it has gone up. This ratio has contracted significantly to 30:1 in 1980 and 50:1 in 2011. So that means it has to you should be able to buy more silver for less gold, and that could happen in two scenarios. Like either the gold prices has to fall significantly or the silver has to catch up. So from all the scenarios that we looked at, in this presentation. It looks like at least it looks to me like gold is creating a higher base price this time rather than falling all the way to the trough of the cup and the handle created. So that is my analysis, and um, mm, um, if you just wait for the candle close, the September candle close, and then I personally would take a trade in that in silver. And I believe it is, if what we read fundamentally is true, I believe it is the trade of a lifetime that is coming by. That's all. Thank you very much. Like the video, share it with your friends who trade in commodities and looking for investment opportunities. I believe I have not misguided you in any manner. This is just for educational purpose, and always do your own research before you take your trade.